Do 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 do. Welcome to Thursday Morning Conversations. I am Doodle Harris, Associate Pastor of Highland Presbyterian Church, and our guest today is Sara Gahan. Sara, say hi.
Hi, friends. Good to be with you.
We have lots of questions to ask Sara about her work with the Children's Committee this morning, but I want to start with some announcements. We are in the middle of Holy Week, which means at the church we have some extra services and times to hear the Easter story again. So feel free to join us tonight at 7 o'clock online for our Maundy Thursday service. Tomorrow night, Good Friday, online again at 7 o'clock for our Good Friday service. And then Sunday morning, we have 3 Easter services, 3 opportunities to join us in worship. The first is at 9 o'clock in our parking lot. It is a drive-in service, and I'm going to let Sara tell you more about that in just a few minutes. At 11 o'clock, we also have a service in our parking lot that is both drive-in and sort of tailgating style. If that's what you'd like to do, that will be in our parking lot with brass and the Alleluia Chorus, bringing back some favorites. And then at 11 o'clock Sunday morning, simultaneously, we'll have an online showing of our worship service that you can watch with us online. So 3 opportunities on Easter to join us. And then finally, right after that, after spring break, we will be watching Soul in the church parking lot, a drive-in movie sponsored by Children's Committee, Sara. That'll start at 8 o'clock on Friday night, April the 9th. So join us for that if you like that movie from Disney Plus that's been newly released this year. And then starting next week, the week after Holy Week, we'll have some of our adult fellowship opportunities back, like happy hour on Thursday, the adult Horizons Bible study on Wednesday, adult confirmation comes back on Sunday the 11th. So lots of great opportunities to join us for that sort of thing. Also, Sara, we've got to mention happy birthdays this week.
Oh, of course. Happy birthday.
So happy birthday, Buddy Cutler, Dorothy DeWeese, Christy Tompkins, Grant Etheridge, Jay Gilbert, Jonathan Ruckman, Michael Schnerla, Joanne Utter, Stephanie Maloney, Caleb Morris, Edie Ewing, Kevin Burns. Sara, who doesn't love Kevin Burns?
We all love Kevin Burns. We all love all of these people, actually. But yes, definitely Kevin.
We do. David Dobson, Trey Van Cleve, Derisa Falk, and Annie Kerman. So happy birthday, everybody.
Happy
All right,
birthday.
Sara, you are here. It is time to ask you tons of questions that you've always wanted to answer.
Okay. Hopefully people are semi-interested in the answers. Yes. Good to be here with you, Doodle.
Tell us, Sara, how long have you been at Highland, and what's your favorite thing about HPC?
Okay. We have been at Highland. We have been there for 9 years, members, I think, for about 8. And I always remember because we joined right before Grant was born, and he is 7. So that helps us. I know that helps me kind of calibrate. And that leads me into one of the things that I love most about Highland is we were new to Louisville and eager to make some friends and have a church family. And we joined, and then Grant was born, and there was just a flood of love and support. I remember the meal train filled up with people that I hadn't met. I would see these names of people on our meal train. I'm like, I don't even know these sweet people, but they're dropping off meals for us and taking care of us. And then when we came back into the church, just like loving on all of us, and especially Grant, and that really endeared the church to us and made us just see that this was a place full of wonderfully caring, compassionate, inclusive people. And then the kids, obviously the kids, I mean, we're here to, because of Children's Committee, but these kids just inspire me and teach me so much. And I love their families and their parents. And it's just become like a real home for us.
That's amazing.
That's my shirt.
Is that your favorite HPC shirt, Sara?
My favorite HPC shirt, Doodle. I love it. I love the home shirt. I may or may not have begged you for this shirt when I saw you wearing it. And I was like, how do I get my hands on one of those? So this is my favorite, although all of the colorful Vacation Bible School shirts over the years have a place in my heart as well. They are a little bit louder. which I love. I am happy to sport the lime green shirts and the hot pink shirts, but this one I feel like is a little bit more subtle and a little bit more like, yes, this is my home.
It's like your adult shirts versus
Yes,
your kids' shirts.
totally. Yes, I felt like I should be kind of adult this morning. So,
Oh,
yes.
well, thanks for being here. I know you're chair of the children's committee. You've already mentioned the children, but tell us a little more about the committee.
Okay, shout out to the Children's Committee. It is very much a committee. I just enjoy everyone's presence. Let's be honest about my role here. So I want to give a shout out to everybody. Doodle, Amanda, Ann, Patricia, Heather, Amy Hoyt, Megan Berry, Megan Glasper, Jackie Page. I think I got everybody. I said Amanda. I'm going to say her again twice, just to make sure. But that is a amazing group of women. We would love to have some men on the Children's Committee because we know that there are lots of men who also really care about the children's ministry at the church. But it has been an amazing ladies group, and we really enjoy each other's company. I will say that during this time of COVID, I've really enjoyed, this fellowship even more. Obviously, we love getting together in person and we miss that fellowship. But the commitment of these women to continue to come together on Zoom once a month and talk through how can we make these programs happen for our children? How can we keep our families connected? How can we support these children and continue to bring them joy during this really kind of challenging time? Their friendships with each other are so important to them. I know that as a parent, and I have 3 kids in 3 different age groups. And so I just know how much each of them just treasure their friends and their Sunday school classes and their own groups. And so I'm just really eager, along with you, Doodle, I just want to support you, Doodle, but really to just try to continue to facilitate those relationships and help make magic happen for these kids in whatever form we can this year. So
Yeah, that's right. I mean, if we're doing our job right, these are lifelong friendships. These are people they can count on forever.
right. And I mean, I think so much of it for me is thinking back, and so many of my lifelong friendships came from my youth group experience when I was growing up. And that was really influential and pivotal to my identity, and it still is. But then I think about, my son Will, for example, he's 10. These relationships are a really important period, but especially during this time when I feel like so many of our children aren't able to be together, and so many of the activities that they're used to enjoying and are typically educational and formative in so many different ways aren't happening. I think it's more important than ever that our children's committee is really committed and active. And so I think our committee has really stepped up, shown a lot of energy, and I'm really proud of these women and grateful for them.
Oh, thanks. It's good times.
Yeah, it is. And we have fun. Yes, we laugh. Yeah, we try to stay focused, but we've got a lot of work to do, but we also just enjoy each other's company, and that's important too.
We do. We do.
Yeah.
So, Children's Committee, along with the youth and the youth committee, have been working on the Easter sunrise service, especially for families. You want to tell us a little bit about that, Sara?
Sure. So obviously we've all been missing kind of coming to church in person, and Easter is such a special morning, I think, for kiddos. There's just the Easter egg hunt that I love at Highland Pres. We're just trying to kind of get creative with how can we make sure that the joy and hallelujah of Easter still remains. And so we're going to do this sunrise service, 9 a.m., 30 minutes long.
Which isn't really sunrise. Good news.
Not really sunrise, but it is for, parents will have been up for a long time already, but 9 a.m. is probably a safe time, hopefully, for us to all get in the car. You can wear whatever you want to. It doesn't have to be fancy Easter clothes, right? Just come as you are. It is a drive-in service, so everyone will stay in their cars. Doodle, did you put in some car decorations in the latest Sunday school packet?
I sure did. I hope everyone writes Happy Easter all over their cars and when they come.
Perfect. Okay, so I love that. Yes, so decorate your cars. Kids are going to get, sorry parents, clappers and cowbells to be part of worship. So we're going to make lots of joyful noise. And then we're going to get take-home Easter egg hunts on the way out. So It's not the same, but it is, similarly joyful, and we're trying to kind of package the joy as we can. So we hope to see lots of families. We can kind of roll down the windows and share joy with each other in the parking lot.
Yeah, that'd be great. And it's only 30 minutes long, so it's a little shorter, maybe a little better for families.
Totally. Yes. Unbuckle those seatbelts, let the kids move around in the car, and, enjoy being together, especially this year.
Yeah. So that's Easter Sunday morning. What
Mhm.
about Easter Sunday afternoon?
Right. Well, what is Easter without an Easter pageant? I mean, building off of the success of the Christmas pageant, which I love Christmas pageants for all of their just, um, impromptu, uh, just joy and ad-libbing of the kids. And so Doodle, you're making this happen, right? Let's be honest about who is making all of this happen. Doodle has collaborated with 36 different people, 15 different families to put together a show, Easter pageant, that you can watch on any of our HPC channels at 2 p.m. on Easter Sunday. And you will see a lot of different members of our congregation, all different ages, coming together to tell the story of Easter and Jesus's resurrection. It takes place in modern day and in Jesus's time. So it kind of goes back and forth in time. And it's 27 minutes long. So again, it's kind of another opportunity for us to hear the story and kind of be together, but virtually.
Right. I can't wait. And there's some cool backgrounds, some cool Zoom
Yeah,
magic that we get to use.
totally. It feels like spring on the screen. So, even if it's a rainy Easter Sunday, hopefully it won't be, but it'll feel like spring in all of our homes. So hope you all will all tune in for that.
Right. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm totally
Yeah,
I just finished editing that like yesterday. So
God bless you, Doodle. I'm a video editor on the side.
who knew?
Yeah, I feel like that's such an important skill of yours that I'm so glad that we have. I have not seen the Easter pageant, friends, so I'm going to be watching it along with you live and hoping that our children don't look too disheveled in it, but it should be fun.
It will be that.
It is what it is.
So looking ahead, Vacation Bible School, Children's Committee has been planning for that.
Yeah, Vacation Bible School. First of all, I am so happy to talk about Vacation Bible School because it means summer. I just think about the year that we have been through. We have actually been planning this year's Vacation Bible School for over a year because last year's was canceled. So our theme of, who you're going to call, the story of Jonah, has been on our minds for a long time. And we are really hopeful that this is going to happen. We are determined to do it, obviously being really mindful of all safety protocols. We want to keep everyone safe. We want everyone to feel comfortable. This is something that's important to all of us, obviously, on all of our minds right now. So we have thought through a lot of those details. We actually met yesterday and kind of have a long document that spells out almost kind of minute by minute, like, how is this going to look? How is this going to unfold? But we are going to offer in-person and online options. So it is a kind of choose what style feels best for your family. Hope that you will participate no matter what. We're going to try to use as much of the outdoor space as possible. We'll keep kids in groups together, so they will travel together and have different activities that they will be able to enjoy. One thing that I really like about it, obviously keeping the kids together helps in terms of COVID protocols, but I think also our kids are just going to be so happy to be together again. And I think what we have planned will obviously be enjoyed by the kids. That's our hope. But I think just them being together is going to be such a highlight of the time. So, we are going to try to bring lots of music and arts and story time and play time to this space in July. It's July 6th through 9th. And that's a Tuesday through Friday, correct, Doodle?
Yeah.
And it'll be 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So 3 hours a day, lots of joy ahead. We are excited to hopefully start the registration process before too long and welcome a lot of our kiddos back to our space.
Yeah, pretty excited about that.
Um,
You did a great job describing that.
yeah.
All right, so Children's Committee, as if a worship service and an Easter pageant and VBS isn't enough, you're doing more.
Well, I mean, I think we're always thinking. One thing that I love about working with you, Doodle, is you're always kind of 3 to 4 months ahead, right? And I think that just provides a lot of energy to our time together. So when we meet with Children's Committee, we're obviously talking about what's coming up this week, what's coming up this month, right? What do we need to do in terms of kind of making these events happen and be really special? And then what do we need to plan for down the road, right? And communicate out to families. And so there's just a lot happening. I do want to say, like, we just had a Spread the Love scavenger hunt, which I thought was amazing. We had it planned a couple months ago for a day when it was 20 degrees, and we thought this maybe isn't the best time. So we had it last Saturday. It was a beautiful day. We rotated around different stations at the church, and I think provided a space for families to really think through kind of what are the different ways that we can spread love in our community right now? What are the needs? What are ways that we can help? Not thinking about the things that we're limited by right now, but the things that we can do. And especially as a family, right? How do we kind of initiate those discussions? So that was really great. And we're obviously always thinking about Sunday school. So now we're thinking about summer Sunday school and what model that might look like, how we might do that as we start to kind of come back into the building in a safe way. And so we're thinking about what that looks like for our kids and how that might feel right to them, but also how that syncs up with the worship committee and obviously kind of all of the other groups that are working on behalf of the church to make that transition back to church safe and meaningful. And then we're also thinking about Tween Camp in August, which is really exciting. So we've got some events out at Camp Cedar Ridge, that we are, I mean, the beautiful thing about summer is that we can be outside, right? And I think we are just really thinking about what are all of the ways that we can enjoy being together outside safely and reconnect. So lots of those activities coming. Stay tuned for communication with more details, but we're planning and excited.
Great. All right, Sara, you have
Yes.
all of Highland Pres listening. They're all watching. You can say anything you want about Children's Committee or otherwise. What would you say to Highland Pres?
I mean, obviously, I just want to say thank you to Highland Pres. When I think about Highland Pres, my first word is gratitude. And there's a lot of reasons why. I'm very grateful for the Children's Committee. I'm very grateful for the children and the trust that the parents instill in us. I'm very grateful for you, Doodle, and your ministry with our children and our families through this time. I mean, the ways in which you've supported us and really tried to keep us connected to the church during this time is life-giving. And so the gratitude that I've always felt for Highland Pres, I think has just been tenfold during this time, which it could have gone the other way. I mean, obviously, I think sometimes this past year has made it harder in some ways to feel connected. And I think I just am really grateful that Highland Pres has continued to make it a priority to bring people together, all people together from all different backgrounds. And, I'll say, just one quick anecdote. One thing that I love too is obviously a lot of my time is spent thinking and being with the children and with families. And that is just obviously really kind of meaningful and rewarding to me selfishly. But I think one thing that I am also really grateful for about Highland Pres are the deep relationships and friendships that I've been able to develop with members of all ages and the ways in which they love on my family. They don't just kind of give to me and help inspire me and share wisdom with me. They are also kind of loving on my family and have provided such a sense of community for all of us. We had a member just reach out to us this week and they're just like, I'm just thinking about you. I know this is a really challenging time. You're all working really hard. I'm going to drop off dinner on your doorstep. I mean, who does that? Like, it's just, it's a church where people are always looking outward and inviting people in. And I love that ministry of Highland Pres. I'm really proud of that, and just trying to do my tiny little part to kind of keep that alive, because I just think it's really important.
Oh, thanks, Sarah. Those are great things to be proud of.
Yeah, there's a lot of love at church,
It is.
yeah. So I'm grateful for that. Thanks to all of you who just continue loving and giving. And oftentimes you don't know the impact, but I just want to say it's very much felt and really appreciated. And I think especially by our families right now who, in many ways are kind of just trying to hold on. I think that support and the thoughtfulness is just, I think, going to settle in for a lot of us and remind us that this is a home for us.
Thanks, Sarah. We can't talk too much longer. I'm going to start crying because
Sorry, I'm just gushy about it. Sorry.
Okay.
Easy.
I'm ready for Hug Fest. I hope 2021, maybe 22, but I hope 2021.
Me too.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a great morning, Sarah. Thank you for giving your time and being here.
Yes, of course. Thanks for having me. I appreciate
Sure. Next week is going to be almost as exciting. We're going to have our seminary intern, Megan Berry. She's going to be here talking with us about her new class. It's a class Highlands never had before, so I'm excited to experience it with you all, with her. It's called Disability Theology, and really looking around how the church, how Jesus, how we as a community of believers treat people who have disabilities, who are maybe a little different than some of the rest of us. And how can we do a better job of that? So Megan, she'll be on next week, and I'm looking forward to hearing from her and talking with her. I hope you are too. Otherwise, well, it's Holy Week. I hope you're having a great Holy Week. Sarah, you have a good Holy Week.
You too, Doodle. Yes, I know this is a busy week for you. So thank you for all you're doing. I look forward to seeing you on Easter.
Yes. All right. Well, everybody have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye, friends.
Bye.